Hello, I'm Dane, and welcome to another episode of Das Due To. In today's episode, we will discuss how to scrape a website beyond the HTML. So, in today's episode, we will be attempting to scrape two websites. One is this Marvel.com characters website. Let's begin. First, what we're going to do is to inspect the HTML, view page source, and we'll see if we can find this 3 3D man. Let's 3D man. Let's see. So 3D man is here. Let's see if we can find the other information. Charles Chandler and Hall. Yep, we have that here as well. Okay. Now let's check on the other aspects of this website. So this is just one page. Now let's see if we can still find the other pages in the same HTML. So Agent Mobius. Agent Agent Mobius. No. Mobius. Still no. Now, that's a problem. So which means that we can't just rely on the HTML returned by web page. Well, let's try something else. This time we'll be using a developer tool, or if that's what it's called, developer tool. And we will inspect what this website returns whenever we interact with it. Let's just reload that. And then let's see. Preview. Preview. Is it? No. Let's move to the other page. Grid cards. Let's see what this grid card return. Preview headers. Salt data. Now this seems to be what we need. Let's go to grid. Okay. Agent Mobius. Agent Mobius. Okay, I think this is what we need. And if we inspect the URL of this JSON file, it says that the offset is 36 and the limit is 36, which means that if we click to the next page, it will offset another 36 characters. So, and it will return just 36 characters. Let's check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 36 characters, 6 times 36. And let's see if we can modify this. Um, let's go to, how many characters does this one have? 79. So Calculator 79 times 36, 79 times 36 pages, 2044. So let's change the limit to 3000. And we'll wait. Go back to page 1. Offset 0. Well, let's change the offset to 0 so we can make it to start page 1. Set 0. And we should be able to see 3D man. Let's wait a bit. Okay. And now what we're going to do is go to Power BI desktop and connect to that JSON file in the web using the web connector. I think we're successful. Now the next thing to do is inspect the JSON of the expanded data by Power Query. List applied filters. I don't think that's what we need. That's applied filter. Let's go to let's let's find the other data. I think this is what we need. So great. Let's check. Okay, this is what we need. Now this is a list of records, so which means that we can just convert this list of records rather, to a table. And we do that by using table dot record from records. And now we have our data. So let's check on the other records within the record. So we have the image file name and the link to the character. I'll just expand that and I'll get the link. And then for the other one, I'll just get a file name. Okay, so this is just a file name, it's not the character image URL. So let's go back to X-Men or Marvel rather. And let's see if we can find the complete URL. 3D Man. Open image in new tab. So it says 3D Man. 3D Man 442.jpg. And it says 3D Man 442.jpg as well. So what we can do now is with that we can get the full URL by adding a text string to the file name. So let's see, custom column, file URL, or character, thumbnail URL. Okay. Good. And let's change the file type or the data type to text. And let's check the other one to see if we've got it right. Correct. Okay. So this is a rather simple one. Let's move on to something that is a bit harder, more difficult. So I have Yahoo Finance open. And what we're going to do is to get the data that is being returned by this chart. First, let's inspect the HTML and see if we can find the data we need within the HTML. So 6 6617.19. Let's find that in the HTML. Inspect. Oh, no. View page source. And then let's try 6201.17. 201.27. No, I can't find it. So which means that it's in this web page, but it's not in the HTML that is loaded when we open the websites. So what we're going to do now is we'll do the same thing we did with Marvel characters, and we will inspect whatever file this chart returns when we interact with it. So right now, this is just one day, and I'm interested to get 1 year worth of data. 1 year worth of data. Let's see. Is this what we need? Let's check on the preview time series, result, symbol, data, type. No, I don't think this is what we need. And I think this is what we need. Chart, result, meta, indicators, adjust, load. I think this is what we need. Go to headers and let's inspect. Now this is a GET request, which means that, yes, that's a GET request, which means that we can just preview the result in a web browser. And yes, we can preview it. I think this is what we need. Now let's try to understand what this period 11667491200 means. So I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll ask ChatGPT what that number means. What is Okay, so it's a unique timestamp which represents the number of seconds that have elapsed in January 1970. And it says November 3, 2022. Now, I did ask for 1 year worth of data, but it returned way more than that. And I don't know why. So, but anyway, we'll just use whatever is in here. Let's inspect the other period number. What is It's August 11. Today is August 11. And again, I need just 1 year worth of data. So I'll ask, give me the timestamp, Unix timestamp 1 year ago from this number. It is 16. So let's change that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we'll do the same thing we did with our Marvel, and we will connect to this using the web connector. Web connector. Let's see if we can connect to this without any other additional things to add. So let's see. This is ranges, which tells me 1 day. So we can change the range 1 day. So did we use 1 day? Yes. Our interval is 1 day. Converted to table, expanded chart. Timestamp. List of records. Adjust, close. Okay. So we've got the timestamp, which is in Unix. And the indicators are here. Let's open that. Open. So we have high, low, open, close volume. Hmm, Let's see. Hmm, I don't want to change the type. Let's. So we are interested in a timestamp and the indicators. So we'll remove the other columns. And then we'll add another column for the indicators. Indicators. And we will expand, or we will access the first element in this indicator column. Okay. So we've got the record. And now, well, okay, then we will access the indicators one by one. So we've got high, which is supposed to be indicators, and high. So what we're doing right now is we have this record here and we are trying to access each element in the record. So record, indicators, and high. Okay, so we've got high, and let's just rename the column. So indicators, or the steps rather. High. What else? High, low, open, close, volume. And remember the Power Query is case sensitive. So make sure that whatever are the cases in the record, you use the same case when you um, access the elements in that record. So this is low, low. So we still need to access open, close, and volume. Open, close, and volume. Volume. list. Okay. Okay, so the next thing to do is to convert these columns into a table. Oh, I'll remove that indicator. Now you might be thinking, I should just let's remove this one as well. I should just expand this to new rows. Yes, you can do that, but each expanding of a list into new rows will create a Cartesian plane or cross joining. As you can see, we are supposed to have just, you know, row one of high and row one of low in a single row. But what we are seeing right now is the same value of high for different values of low, which is incorrect. So we'll remove those steps, leaving that. And so what we're going to do now is essentially these columns here are no, these columns are a list, and a list is a column drilled down into, which means that we can use this function called table dot from column. No, it did not do the intelligent table dot from column. A table dot from columns. A table from columns, and this table from column require a list of lists. So we'll have the timestamp first, high, low, open, close, volume. And the second argument is actually optional, but we can specify the column name. So when it creates a table, we already have a proper column name instead of column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first one is timestamp. Second one is high, then low, open, close, and volume. Let's see. Let's change this to data. Uh, Now we have a proper table. We can just delete the other columns, or we can just access this table instead. Mm. So we now have the data from Yahoo Finance. And remember, this is a unique timestamp. So how to convert this to ISO format, I'll leave that to you. There's ChatGPT, there's Power BI community. You can go ahead and figure it out yourself. Okay? Well, thank you for staying with me and have a good weekend. Bye bye.